Board of Supervisors for August 5th is back out of closed session with nothing to report. And is there a representative from the City of Willits who'd like to lead us in the pledge?
I don't see her, but I'll do it.
Okay, all right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, young man.
Thank you, sir.
We'll start off with a couple of members of the audience have some public expression, and any others that are wishing to come before the board. If you filled out one of these pink cards, I'll put you in order, and I'll call your name. And as you stand, please announce your name and try and keep your comments to 3 minutes. So the first member of the public is Paul Towater. Yes, sir.
Hello, I'm Paul Towater. I live in the Richwood Park area, Black Hawk Road, Black Park Road, and we had a fire there on July 15th. I contribute to the firefighting. I fought away flames this tall with my hose just 30 feet away from my home, so it was rather close call. The fire was started by backfiring of the car going uphill. It's about 150 yards away from me, line of sight. But the fire had to come downhill and then uphill to my place. So there was a little time delay there. There was no wind, so that was very helpful. The fire department was there within minutes, I would say 10 minutes, and they did an excellent job. As I was hosing my lawn down, a helicopter decided that I needed some help, and he dumped a whole bucket of water right smack on me and the fire. Put out the fire, and it soaked me all right. 10 days later, I heard on the radio that a fire started in near Yosemite. Started by shooting, target practice. My neighbor on the other side rents his property. He lives in Sonoma. Rents his property as a wildlife area sort of thing to vacationers and weekenders. And they target practice there sometimes. So now I'm in sort of panic. Okay, I don't like that shooting. So we have proven that fires can be started by bullets, ricocheting from. And my question to the board is basically, why do we allow shooting within subdivisions? What's up with this? Our subdivision is not that big, our parcels are rather small. We can't be 500 yards away from our neighbor. I have 3 neighbors, 500 yards here, 500 yards there, 500 yards there. So we are really looking, and there's random shooting going on there as well. It's not only my little wing here. So we are concerned, and we are looking for a possibility that maybe we can have a moratorium during the fire season only, on shooting, especially in subdivisions or within subdivision limits. And we are hoping for a sympathetic ear from the board. And maybe one of the board members might put this on the agenda for future consideration.
Thank you, Mr. Towater. Actually, there are laws against shooting within so far of a distance of inhabited structures. So those are laws on the books now. And just as an easy suggestion, if you feel in any way, shape, or form that they're shooting within a certain distance that's causing you anxiety, I call the sheriff's office. So there are laws on the books now that do prescribe, I believe, within 1,000 feet or something along those lines.
Yeah, but how about the larger area?
Sure.
That's all.
We can look into that, sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. And Liam, I'm going to mispronounce your last name, so I'll just ask for Liam.
O'Carroll.
O'Carroll, okay.
And I am representing Willits Economic Localization. The last year and more has seen a dramatic increase in the price of gas at the pump. Tensions between the U.S. and several OPEC nations such as Iran and Venezuela, along with internal conflict in Iraq and Nigeria, threaten our oil supply. Many international experts believe that we have already passed the historical peak of worldwide oil production. Cheap oil is over forever. We as a county need to plan and spend accordingly. Affordable transportation between the distributed points of Mendocino County is not to be found in private cars and trucks. I request that the county move monies away from road expansion and into operational expansion of MTA service on an emergency level so that the citizens of this county have usable, convenient mass transit available. For instance, if I wanted to go over to Fort Bragg on the MTA, the only way I could do that is by spending the night in Fort Bragg, because it only goes from Fort Bragg to Willits in the morning and from Willits to Fort Bragg in the evening. That does not encourage the use of mass transit between those two points in the county. And that's just one example of the inconvenience that we have. We have spoken to the MTA, and their problem is lack of operational funding. They dug into their funds by $200,000 last year. They need more. And I think we should be spending it on usable, convenient transportation rather than any expansion of roads at this time.
Thank you. Jason Bradford.
My name is Jason Bradford, and glad I came off of Liam's comments because I'm one of the founders of Willits Economic Localization, and I also just got back from harvesting at my farm, so I also host a radio program on KZYX, Public Affairs program. And one thing that I've noticed through conversations about energy issues and sort of the infrastructure of our society is that when I talk to people, I run up against conflicts in what you might call internal conversations. So for example, Liam brought up the problem of the price, and you say, okay, problem. We understand this problem. But then the internal conversation that our culture has sort of propagated over many years is solution. And the solution often has to be quick like that. In other words, we expect a quick solution. Politicians expect to jump to some solution. And